I'm going to play a little word association with you, right? So I'm going
Okay.
to say a phrase or a word, and I want the first thing that comes off the top of your head or whatever you feel.
Okay.
So Hinesville, Georgia.
Country.
So look, for those of you who haven't done due diligence on Denise, that's where she was born and raised. So,
Yes.
you know, being from a small town outside of Savannah, I think that's the closest big town in Georgia, and getting here to the metropolitans that is Dubai here in the Middle East.
Yes.
We're gonna have to cover this in an hour, so we're gonna try to do our best. How did you get sort of like? How about you tell the audience like where did you get your beginnings from? Where you're from? Who's Denise the broker? Who was Denise before the broker?
Yeah, before the broker. Okay, so little nappy head Denise running around, with no shoes on.
That's what we want to
in
get to know.
Hinesville, Georgia. Wow, great question. So I don't talk about my childhood often, or because oftentimes we focus on where we are and where we want to be. But I come from very humble beginnings, and I'm super grateful for that because I really believe that it has helped me to stay grounded and rooted regardless of my success. So being from Hinesville, I'm one of 6. Most people don't know that I came from a pretty big family, 5 girls and 1 boy. And so being raised in that environment with my parents, my father when I was growing up was a janitor, and my mother, she was a substitute teacher and eventually a hairstylist. So she pretty much did hair all of my life. So we come from, just free lunches in the summertime.
Yep.
That was our breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yep.
Sharing clothes, taking baths together, all of those things. And so to be where I am now is truly a blessing. Even when I go back to Hinesville now, I feel like I'm the Beyonce of the city. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Exactly. Rightfully so.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
So it makes me proud to just be able to show people like it's not about how you start, but it's about how you finish. And I've been able to make impact with people from small towns, big towns, all of that. And so coming from Hinesville, decided to relocate to Valdosta to go to college. So I went there, Valdosta State University, where I obtained a degree in finance. And I also obtained a little one.
Hey,
Okay.
some people gotta have fun in college. You never
Good
know what comes
times,
out.
good
Good time.
Let me drink a little water. So yeah, I actually had my son while I was in college, my sophomore year.
Wow.
So, getting out of my parents' house at 18 and getting pregnant at 20, that was a huge shift and change that I had to go through. So of course, I had doubts and at some points thought maybe I should go back home. Even my parents actually encouraged me to come back home at one point. But I decided not to, and I'm so glad that I did, because had I given up on my goals at that time just because of being pregnant and not necessarily having a lot of money and things of that nature, I would have given up on my dreams. And so like for single moms out there, I like to talk to my single moms because, I've been through so much with raising my son. Don't count that as an excuse. Don't allow that to be an excuse to give up on your goals. Oftentimes we hear people say, oh, I had a child, so I had to stop this or I had to do that. And, you don't have to. You can have it all. You can have both. And don't allow that to be a crutch or be something that discourages you from your greatness. So I just wanted to say that. But yeah, so fast forward to moving to Atlanta after graduating. Worked in corporate America, which I hated.
In finance?
Yeah, it was actually in finance, but it was ghetto finance.
Subprime lending.
Exactly. I work for Title Bank, so get your title back, Liz. You know what I'm saying? So it was predatory lending.
Yeah.
And so although I needed a paycheck, for me, it was just killing me every day. It wasn't so much that it was corporate and it's a 9 to 5. I just didn't like what I was doing to our community because, of course, they're always in our neighborhoods, with that type of lending. And so the straw that broke the camel's back for me was when I saw elderly woman come into Title Max to title pawn her car just so that she could pay her bills. Wow. And then she would come back, and she fell behind. And we didn't have a grace period. So unfortunately, we still went to repo her car. And that was like one of the last things that she had. I'm like, you know what? I can't continue to do this. I need to get into an industry where I can actually help people, And so that's when I started to look into other opportunities and I'm a mother. I need to have flexibility. I need unlimited income. What industry will provide me that? And of course, I was reading more and things of that nature. So every millionaire I've studied, they all were in real estate or they touched real estate in some way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I looked further into that industry and I'm like, oh my God, I can make as much money as I want to. I can look cute. I can, you know what I'm saying? I can help people, meet people. And so I was like, let's do it. So I got my real estate license and here we are, you know, today. So from 2012 when I got licensed to 2023, now I've been in real estate.